Hi friends, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. James from Look Ahead Marketing. Don't forget, if you love this content, to subscribe, make a comment, like the video. You can tell it's a one-time show, and that's pretty much it. But I want to come on and talk a little bit about succeeding and falling forward. A lot of the times when you look at what we've done, when you look at successful entrepreneurs, you're like, well, they're always been successful and they just find the magic thing that makes it work, and it goes on and on and on. And it doesn't. It's a constant sense of reinvention about what can be. It's one of the things you have to understand. And we are constantly not just reinventing ourselves, but reinventing our product. Now, the grounding is, as you grow as an entrepreneur, you will be able to reinvent faster, you will be able to reinvent better, and you're never going to lack for money again, right? That once you have those skills. But it is always a constant sense of reinvention. Let me show you a little bit about this. So the other day, I have what's called a workshop, okay? And the workshop is really quite simple. It all it does is, the intention of the workshop is start to bring people into my world for a $97 ticket to one of my Courage to Launch events. $97, super simple. Like, I should be converting about 40 to 60% of people who show up to the workshop. Now, one of the things is, the very first time I did this about 6 months ago. And the very first time I did this, okay, we ended up achieving about a 30% conversion to a workshop that I've never done before, which is actually not half bad. And then we did it virtually and we ended up doing another 30%. Not bad, right? And so here I am saying, you know what? I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what to do. And I'm going to start buying stage time and sponsorship. So I actually ended up paying $5,000 for stage time, and came out to, we only had a 15% conversion. The conversion starting to fall. I recently did a summit only about a month ago. And you know what the conversion was? It was actually 0%. I did not get one person to buy at that summit, even though I actually paid for the speaker spot. Okay. Now, this is where a lot of the things go off the rails. So, a lot of people, when they reach this point, they say, this is not meant for me. I need to do something completely different. This isn't, this isn't going to work, and panic. And reality is, again, once you have the grounding and the skills to be able to improve what you do, you know what to change. So in this case, I panicked a little bit, and I talked to my coach, and I said, look, there are all these things going on and I'm really embarrassed and these things happen. And she said, well, there's a couple things that need to be tidied up, James. Number one, we need to talk to the crowd instead of at the crowd. And number two, we need to build a little bit more urgency in your offer. That's basically it. So I went back and I actually did a bunch of changes to the workshop. Fundamentally is the same. Fundamentally, the offer is exactly the same. Fundamentally, what I teach is exactly the same. But going through this, it took a few days to do. And I recently launched towards a speaking spot. And you know what our conversion was? Our conversion at the speaking spot was actually 80%. 80%, which is a whole lot better than 30. So a couple things to note here, a couple learning points. Number one, let me write this down, okay? The number one learning point here is going to be little things make a big difference. So like I said, the offer is fundamentally the same in what I do. The offer is fundamentally the same in what I do. The stack is fundamentally the same. The points are fundamentally the same, but the little things make a huge difference. And once you understand what those little things are, you know exactly how to change. Okay, that's number one. Number two is, early success is a ruse. What does that mean? Well, the reality is, I needed this to hit 0% and 15% and actually lose money before I actually retooled the workshop. So a lot of the times, you see this as going downhill, you say, but it's always an opportunity to improve things. In this case, early success is a ruse. Does that make sense? So we can always make things better as long as we continue to push forward. Okay. Number three, the big thing is, people say, don't panic. And I'm going to say the same thing. And I think the important thing is not saying don't panic. The important thing is not panicking. Okay. And a lot of people will say, you know, again, this is not for me. This is not, the mechanism doesn't work. This workshop just doesn't work. I need to start from ground zero. No, like just take a deep breath. This is the great thing about having a coach or a community to help you out. When you take a deep breath and you don't panic, you actually figure it out and you have more capability than you believe. So again, those three things. So we're looking at, again, you know, just as a review, the 30%, to be honest, if I kept firing at 30%, I would not have changed it. I'm going to be very clear with you. But because we had failures of 15% and 0%, now we have something that's actually stronger at 80%. Okay. And these are the things that learnings that we have. Little things make a big difference. Early success is a ruse. So and don't panic. So my friends, if you're in that spot where you haven't converted yet, again, it could be an opportunity for you. All right, keep going, keep moving. Entrepreneurship is one of the greatest self-development exercises and one of the biggest frustration points ever. And I totally get that. I know you got this. Don't forget as well, I also offer free workshops on a regular basis, and they actually are working with me directly. And if that's something that's meaningful for you, make sure you sign up. You can get the link below as well. And I can't wait to see you next week. All right. All the best, my friends. Bye for now.